Vincennes Lincoln Alice is ranked 18 and with a record of 18-6 on the year, and the #1 ranked team in the state, the Bloomington North Cougars, with a 24-1 mark on the season. The Alice is, of course, coached by head coach Gene Miller, and the Bloomington North Cougars coached by Tom McKinney. The Alices are entering the contest with a 7-game win streak, 18-6 record on the year. In the last 7 games, the Alices had defeated Evansville North, Evansville Wrights, and Evansville Memorial, South Knox and North Knox, Heritage Hills, and Bossy. And just a few moments ago, Ted Thompson spoke with Alice's head coach Gene Miller and Cougars head coach Tom McKinney. So let's go down now to the interview and hear the coach's comments about the game coming up, the SemiState contest here at Roberts Stadium in Evansville.
All right, thank you, Dan. And we're back here at Roberts Municipal Stadium here, and joining us is head basketball coach Gene Miller for the Vincennes Lincoln Alices. And Gene, once again, for the 2nd year in a row, you're back here at the SemiState. How does it feel for you and your ball club?
It feels good. We're glad to be here, and our kids really looking forward to it.
This week you had a good week of preparation, to my understanding, and what are you going to look for from this Bloomington North ball club?
Bloomington North is a very good basketball team. They're a half-court man-to-man defensive team. They're a very physical, aggressive defense. They like to get out in the passing lanes, deny some passes. They double in the post very well, and they're very aggressive on the boards. Offensively, they're a very balanced basketball team. They're led by Queth Duaney, averaging about 14.5 points a ball game. But they've got 7 players, all averaging between 7 and 14 points a basketball game. So they're a very balanced ball team as far as that goes, and they're very balanced as well as going inside and outside. They've got some kids that can shoot the three-pointer, but they like to go down inside to Jabril Conte and the 2 Reed boys as well.
Now, last week we played with a lot of guts, I thought, and what kind of momentum does this bring to your ball club coming into your 2nd SemiState in a row here?
Well, I think, as I tell our kids, each level of the state tournament, you got to step it up a notch. You got to play a notch better than you did the previous week if you're going to win. And hopefully last week gave us some confidence, beating 2 ranked basketball teams and 2 very good teams, and they're able to come from behind in both times to win the basketball game. We know we can do that if we're unfortunate enough to get behind. But we just got to come out and play tough, aggressive basketball and get after them from the very beginning.
Last year you're in the SemiState. This is the first appearance for Bloomington North in some time. What kind of an advantage does that bring to your ball club this year against a Bloomington North ball club?
Well, hopefully it'll bring us a little advantage, but I don't know how much advantage that is. I think maybe our biggest advantage is having played here at Roberts Stadium last week, and them probably most of them being the first time to step out here on the stadium floor. So hopefully that'll be an advantage for us. But you know, it'd be very slight, and it really comes down to who plays the best basketball today.
Who do you think the dark horse is in this tournament, and some of the reasons why?
Well, I guess we got to be the dark horse because we're the only team that's not ranked coming into the tournament. So I think that we were probably the dark horse, the team that very few people are looking at, but we know we can get the job done if we come in and play the way we're capable of.
You know, this is a prime example of why class basketball is not one of my favorite spots, is because like Pike Central's in this SemiState tournament, not a class of what the other 3 schools in this tournament are, and here they are in the SemiState action competing for a SemiState title.
Well, they are, and Pike Central's a good basketball team. They've got the led by Sides kid, and their role players can shoot the basketball, and they're going to have their work cut out for them tonight or this afternoon in ball game against New Albany. New Albany's a very good basketball team, and I think what Pike Central's got to do is slow down the game. I think they're going to have to handle the basketball, and they're going to have to rebound like they never have before, because that's New Albany's big strength. They're strong, and they're athletic, and they're big. And if they can handle the basketball and keep them off the boards, then I think they got a chance.
Who do you think will win that second game with New Albany and Pike Central?
Well, as I said, I think New Albany's, got to be the favorite.
Coach, thanks a lot for your time.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back on Wabash Cablevision Channel 23 with more from Roberts Stadium. Stay with us.
Your local internet provider is Data Depot. Click your way through the internet to get up-to-date sports scores, business information, stock market reports, and more. So go online today with Data Depot. We build computers built to your specific needs, and we have the accessories to go along with it, like printers, learning discs for kids, CD-ROMs, and more. When it comes to price, selection, and quality, Data Depot is your choice for today's technology.
If you're finding it hard to select a carpet or tile of your choice, then you should choose M&S Floor Covering. We've been in business for 27 years to provide the best floor covering selection in the Knox County area. To touch up those finishing touches around the house, M&S Floor Covering has the paint you can count on. With a variety of colors and styles, MAB Paints will provide that finishing touch you've been looking for. Stop by M&S Floor Covering at Upper 11th and Hart, where you can count on the best quality, service, and selection. Welcome back, everybody, to Roberts Stadium, where we're joined by head basketball coach for the Bloomington North, Tom McKinney. And Tom, thanks a lot for coming on to the basketball program today.
Okay, thank you.
Tom, your basketball program, this is the second time in the history of the school that you've been in the SemiState tournament. What does this mean to your ball club this year?
Well, I think it means an awful lot for the basketball program. The last 2 years we were 17-5 and 18-4, but anytime you have a little bit of tournament success, that helps things for the future.
What kind of an experience does this bring to your ball club on the first time that they've been in the SemiState for a while? What kind of an advantage does that bring to your ball club as far as pressure-wise?
Well, I don't know about that. I think, when you get down to 16 teams left, the teams that seem to focus the best on the ball game itself, seem to be more successful.
What are some of the key factors for your ball club to come out on top today against Vincennes Lincoln?
Well, we have to keep Hetty under control. He's an awfully nice player, and he's just going to get better and better in the next year or so. So, he's a key. And then last week we got behind 14 points against Terre Haute South. I don't think we can do that again this afternoon.
Tell us a little bit about your ball club here this year. We don't know a lot about your ball club. Can you give us a little bit of a background about your ball club this year?
Well, we play 8 players, 6 seniors and 2 juniors. And we're an awful lot like Vincennes in that we're not a racehorse team or a slow-down team, somewhere in the middle. And I guess the key to our success has been balance. We do not have one great player, but, we've got 8 players that play pretty well.
What are some of the key factors in coming out and winning a SemiState of this caliber?
Oh, I think you have to play great defense in the tournament and got to hit a few shots.
Now, against the game in Terre Haute North, what were some of the things that has brought you to the SemiState with some confidence? Obviously, you come back and beat them. What has that brought to your ball club coming into the SemiState this weekend?
Well, I think any time you win, the same thing has been since. They've played very well the last 8, 9 games. Any time you win, it brings a lot of confidence to you.
What are your thoughts on the class basketball system? This is the last SemiState that will be played under a one-class system, and could you give us some of your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not really for class basketball. At the same time, I understand how the smaller schools would like it. I just wish that the IHSA would have maybe unveiled the whole package to allow everybody to see it. I still don't think that they have unveiled all the package yet. I think they're going to give us a little bit of time for fear that maybe a lot of people might have voted against it.
Taco Rail.
Just one taste, and you'll know that we're the place.
At some restaurants, you have to try almost every item on the menu to find one that tastes great. But at Taco Rail, everything we serve is prepared to perfection. Just one taste of one item at Taco Rail will have you saying everything is great. That's right, Taco Rail. At the corner of 6th and St. Clair in Vincennes. Taco Rail. Just one taste.
Snyder's Body Shop. We've been in business for over 25 years because we care about our customers. Whether it's spot repair or complete paint jobs, use Glassrick colors to guarantee the best possible finish.
Snyder Body Shop. When you care about your car, we're your next stop. We care, and we show it at Snyder Body Shop. We care, and we show it.
Snyder's Body Shop. We take the dents out of accidents.
Just moments away from the start of this afternoon's SemiState contest, the Vincennes Lincoln Owls and the Bloomington North Cougars. You see the Owls there on your screen in what is hoped to be a victory huddle for them this afternoon. The Owls 18-6 on the season, and the Cougars 24-1 on the year. The Owls come into the contest with a 7-game win streak, and the only other time they lost to Bloomington was back in 1979 by the score 67-61. The Owls and the Bloomington North Cougars ready to do battle here at the Roberts Stadium. SemiState action. The Owls, of course, coached by head coach Gene Miller, 16 years as head coach of the Lincoln Owls. His record is 373 and 138. He's assisted by Doug Crook, Don Allstott, Steve Combs, and Tim Young. You see the coaches there is Miller right in the middle of your screen. Gene Miller, there's the Owls' bench, and there's Doug Crook on the left in the brown jacket. Two of the managers, Jeremy Hilliard and Travis Carey. They're on the left side of your screen. And now the PA announcer just about ready to introduce the lineups for both ball clubs. Of course, they introduce the entire rosters first and then the starting 5 for each ball club. This is the first time that Gene Miller has coached against a #1 ranked team in the state. It's also the first time he's coached against a South Central Conference team. In first round SemiState action, Gene Miller has a record of 2-1. Number 10, Todd Roth, being introduced to this large crowd here at Roberts Stadium. And brother Mitch Roth being introduced, number 23, 5'10" junior guard. Clint Richter, number 30, a 6-foot junior guard also. Dan Cleveland, 6'4", senior forward, usually the first man to come off the bench for the Alice's. Brad Elliott, number 43, only a junior, 6'1" junior. And number 45, Craig Curzan, 6'2", only a sophomore, one of the 2 youngest players on this ball club. Tom Brillhart also being introduced. And we also want to say hello to Shane Cooper, who's been injured all season. And now the starting 5 for the Alice's. Charles Heddy, big Charles, 6'8", 200-pound junior, averaging 17 points a game. Number 54, Derek Cardinal, be one of the forward slots tonight. Derek Cardinal, 6'2", 180-pounder. He's a junior. And Justin Lowe, 6'5", 205-pound junior, averaging 4.5 a game during the season, 3.5 during tournament play. Clint Barmas, 6'2", 175-pound senior, will start at one of the guard slots, averaging 10.2 a game. And the other guard, of course, 6'1", 180-pound junior John Hayden, averaging 7.3 a game during the regular season and 6 points during postseason plays. So it's Hayden, Barmas, Heddy, Cardinal, and Lowe starting for the Alice's this evening in the SemiState contest. You see them there on your screen in the victory circle. Vincent's Lincoln Alice's 18-6 on the year. This is their 5th back-to-back SemiState appearance, and this is the 22nd time the Alice's have appeared in the Sweet 16. Now being introduced for the Bloomington North Cougars, their roster number 11, Aaron Ryan. Mario Weissung being introduced also. Number 21, Jay Robles, 5'11", junior, number 21. And number 31, Andy Jeffers, a 6-foot junior guard for the Bloomington North Cougars out of the South Central Conference. Seth Debro, 6'1" senior, being introduced. The Cougars coming in on a 15-game win streak. Number 43, Adam Hawley, 6'6" junior. And number 45, Matt Reed, twin brother to Ryan Reed. Matt is 6'3" junior. Ryan is a 6'3" senior. I'll check it. They're both seniors, 6'3", both 6'3". And now the starting 5 for the Cougars. Ryan Reed, 6'3", senior, averaging 9.9 a game. Queth Duaney, 6'5", averaging 14.4 a game, only a junior. At center, Jabril Conte, 6'6", junior, averaging 7.6 a game. At one of the guards, Jeremy Sensabaugh, 6'1", senior, averaging 10.6 a game. And the other guard, David McKinney, son of head coach Tom McKinney. David, 6'1", he's a senior, averaging 5.9 a game. This North Cougar ball club is a very physically strong ball club and a very well-balanced team, just as the Alice's are. You see Alice's now in the huddle, getting ready to come out and do battle with the Bloomington North Cougars. Very similar styles of play. Both are very good defensive ball clubs, and they hustle throughout the entire ball game. Both coaches say that both teams are very similar, and we should see a very good ball game here in the SemiState contest at Roberts Stadium in Evansville. The Alice's out on the court, and the Cougars taking their time getting out there. This may be a psychological ploy on the part of head coach Tom McKinney. He's in his 10th year as head coach of the Bloomington North Cougars. The Alice's still waiting out on the court for the Cougars to appear, and now they come out. Shaking hands all around. Alice's, of course, will be the visiting ball club in the contest, wearing the dark green travel uniforms. It's Hetty and Conte in the center circle to jump it up and get the SemiState contest underway. Charles Hetty and Jabril Conte. Officials Philip Naparu and Mike Bohan. Bohan ready to put the ball in the air. It's up and the game's underway. Controlled by the Cougars. Pass goes down to Ryan Reed. Reed brings it back around now to Sensabaugh. Now out to David McKinney. The Alice's come out on the man-to-man defense. Duaney with the basketball now to Sensabaugh, and a whistle away from the ball and a foul called on the Vincennes Lincoln Alice's. Ball game just underway and one personal foul being called now against the Alice's. Cardinal picks up his first personal foul as Jeremy Sensabaugh will take the ball out of bounds, baseline right under his own basket. It comes in deep to Duaney. Long jumper from the three-point line, no good. Rebound comes into the hands finally of John Hayden for the Alice's. Both ball clubs play tough man-to-man defense, so Cardinal has the basketball now for Vincennes Lincoln Alice's. Hetty, baseline jumper left side. Nope, too hard, no good. Rebound hauled in by Ryan Reed. He'll give it up to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh comes to McKinney with it to the near side, guarded by Clint Barmas. McKinney on the dribble, picks it up at the free throw line. Now it goes over the far side. Three-pointer on the way by Sensabaugh, and he got it. That is the 37th three-point shot of the year for Sensabaugh. Gives the Cougars a three-point lead. Hayden now to Barmas. Clint brings it back out with under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hetty with the basketball. And to Justin Lowe. Lowe looking for someone to get it away to. He does to Derek Cardinal. Cardinal free throw line. Left side to John Hayden. Hetty open. Puts it up. And good. Charles Hetty picks up the first bucket of the afternoon for the Alice's. It's a 3-2 Bloomington North Cougar lead. McKinney fakes the three-point shot. Takes it around the horn on the far side to Duaney. Quest Duaney. Three-pointer on the way by McKinney. In and out, no good. Hayden all alone. Hauls the ball in. Almost threw it down court to Barmas and decided better of it. Hayden slows it up a little bit. Gives to Derek Cardinal. Of course, the Cougars in a man-to-man defense also. Hayden near side wing. Hetty top of the key now. And a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. And goes against the Alice's again. The Alice's called for 2 fouls, and that will go on Justin Lowe. Justin Lowe fouled out of last Saturday's first game of the regional championship, but he also had 10 big points. It's a 1-point lead now for the Cougars with 6:05 to go in the first quarter. David McKinney on the dribble over to Duaney. Duaney on the dribble one time all the way over. Now back to Reed. Sensabaugh with the basketball now. Into Conte. Conte turns around. Gives it to McKinney. Duaney guarded very nicely by Derek Cardinal. Good defense by the Alice's. Behind the back pass up and into Quest Duaney. Duaney has his first bucket of the afternoon, and the ball's loose. And it is knocked out of bounds by the Alice's with 5:32 to go in the first quarter. The Alice's down by 3, 5-2. 22nd time the Alice's have appeared in SemiState action. 5.5 to go first quarter. David McKinney with the basketball for the Cougars. In the corner to Duaney. Guarded again very nicely by Cardinal. Round it comes to McKinney. David hopes to get it inside. Nice guarding there by Justin Lowe. McKinney picks up his dribble. Gives it out to Duaney. Quest Duaney jumps, pumps, and it won't go down, but another foul is called on the Alice's. 3 team fouls now on the Alice's. I believe that's the second on Justin Lowe. Justin Lowe just picked up his second personal foul with 5:10 to go in the first period. Jeremy Sensabaugh will inbound it with a 5-2 lead. Baseline left under his own bucket. Sensabaugh looking. Now he gets it in to McKinney. Fakes the 3. Down low. Up. And the shot is blocked. But a foul again called on the Alice's. And the shot was taken by Ryan Reed. So that's 4 team fouls now on the Alice's here in the quarter number 1. And that's the 3rd team foul on Justin Lowe. Here comes Dan Cleveland in the contest very quickly. Cleveland in to replace Justin Lowe, so Big Justin will sit down with 3 personal fouls. Cleveland coming in. He's a 6'8" 185-pound senior. At the free throw stripe is Ryan Reed, a 72% free throw shooter. He'll be shooting 2. First one's up, too short. Reed, 6'3", senior, averages 9.9 a game. Second shot up and good this time. 1 out of 2 from the stripe is Reed. It's a 6-4 Bloomington North Cougar lead. Hayden's pass goes to Cardinal, and it's knocked out of bounds from behind. And I guess they say went off the leg of Cardinal and out of bounds to the Cougars. Derek Cardinal pleading his case on the far side. Now Gene Miller, very upset, holds the basketball a while, now decides to give it back to the official. Ryan Reed will inbound the basketball to David McKinney. For the Cougars, under 5 minutes to play, first quarter. Cougars on top, 6-2. McKinney over to Reed. Long three-pointer on the way, no good. Tip put back in by Jabril Conte. Conte has his first bucket of the afternoon, averages 7.6 a game. And now it's a 6-point Cougar lead. Cardinal with the basketball for the Alice's. Hayden left side. Now bounces Charles Eddy in the corner on the left side. To Barmas in the paint, puts it up. Nice block, though, by the Cougars. Down court comes McKinney. He'll kick it back out. Around to Duaney. Now to Reed. Reed shot up. No good. Nice rebound by Barmas. Clint goes high for the board. Ahead to Cardinal. Left side stops, jumps, pops, and too hard. Won't go down. Ball hauled in by Jabril Conte. Conte brings it out to McKinney on the far side now. Reed with the basketball now for the Cougars. Back to McKinney. He fakes the three-point shot. Directs traffic. Now his team has a 6-point lead with 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. SemiState action from Roberts Stadium in Evansville. The Alice is still, of course, in the man-to-man defense. Long jumper by Duaney, no good. Has his own rebound. No short jumper by Duaney, no good. It's 2 in a row. Tip back up, no good. And finally, Dan Cleveland comes out of there with a rebound for the Alice's. And the Alice's won a timeout with 3:35 to go in the first quarter, down by 6. Be back in 30 seconds on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
The secret to any successful recovery is to have professional care you can count on. Our goal is to provide you with full recovery from your injury. Vincent's Orthopedic has established a reputation to properly assist you with your injury, specializing in therapy that will recover you back to normal. Vincent's Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center will utilize the proper exercises for faster recovery. Take it to the professionals at Vincent's Orthopedic, located at 1019 Bayou Street, Vincennes.
As you see the Lincoln Alice's cheerleaders on your screen over there, and the Alice's team coming off the bench. They're down by 6. Score is 8-2 right now. The Cougars on top. And the Alice's come back out on the court. Charles Eddy, Derek Cardinal, Dan Cleveland, John Hayden, and Mitch Roth into the contest now. First time for the Alice's. Last week in the regional, Roth had 4 3-pointers in both regional contests, the afternoon game and the night game. So Roth, a big 3-point threat in there for the Alice's now. We could use some 3-point shooting, down by 6. Hayden with the basketball after a pass from Dan Cleveland. Derek Cardinal now in the wing for the Alice's. Bounces it into Hetty, almost taken away. Back into the hands of Cardinal. Hayden for 3, top of the key. Got it! 3-point shooting is what we needed. And John Hayden gets his 17th 3-pointer of the year. Cuts the Cougar lead to 3 with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. McKinney on the dribble. Now gives it back over to Keith Duaney. Back to Reed now. Sends the ball with the basketball. Gives to Duaney. Down low, almost taken away. Ball's loose, and Hetty goes after it, but a foul will be called on Bloomington North's David McKinney. He jumped on Charles Hetty and pushed him out of bounds as he was going for the ball, but it will be Lincoln ball out of bounds with 2:54 to go in the first quarter. Lincoln down only by 3, 8-5. Lincoln was down by as many as 11 points in the championship game last Saturday night down here at Roberts Stadium. Came back to win it, though. John Hayden with the basketball for the Alice's. Crosses the 10-second mark with 2:45 to go first quarter. Hetty with the basketball now left side. Derek Cardinal, John Hayden picks it up into Hetty. Hetty tries to drive baseline, puts it up. It's blocked out of bounds. Jabril Conte goes high for the block. And big Charles Hetty, 6'8", not being used to having many of those blocked. He'll figure out a way to get him around him, though. 2:37 to go first quarter. Mitch Roth inbound the ball. Derek Cardinal has it now. Baseline right. On the dribble, in the paint. Stops, and a foul called. It'll go against the Cougars. That's the second team foul on the Bloomington North Cougars. That'll be against Ryan Reed. 2:32 to go, first quarter. 8-5, Cougars over the Alices. Mitch Roth to get the ball in, looking deep, and fires long to John Hayden. Hayden with the basketball, just connected on a three-pointer, and he gives over to Dan Cleveland. Roth, top of the key, with the basketball for the Alices. Cleveland, no, Cardinal takes a long jumper, too soft, no good. Board hauled in by Conte. He's giving it up to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh fakes the shot. Out to McKinney now. To Duaney. Into Conte. The Cougars working the ball around very effectively. A nice defense by the Alices, though, taken away by Mitch Roth. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lincoln down by 3, 8-5. Period number 1, SemiState action. Roth for 3. No, too hard. Ball's loose, tipped around into the hands of Queth Duaney. Down to Sensabaugh, back to Duaney, and he puts it in. Queth Duaney with his second bucket of the afternoon makes it a 10-5 lead for the Cougars, and a foul called against the Alices. So that foul, they gave the foul to number 10, Todd Roth. He's not even in the contest. Maybe they meant Mitch Roth. We're not sure, but they had show number 10 on the scoreboard. No, I'll check at number 40. Dan Cleveland committed a foul. Now they changed it. And it'll be Queth Duaney, a 73% free throw shooter at the stripe. 6'5", junior, averages 14.4 a game. He has 23 pointers on the year, 74 out of 101 from the stripe. It's up, and he makes it a three-point play. And that gives the Cougars a 6-point lead, 11-5, with 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Hayden crosses the 10-second mark on the far side of the court, dishes it over to Charles Eddy. Nice alley-oop pass to Hayden, a little bit too high, though. Hayden tries to kick it back in to save it, and he saved it. It'll be the Lincoln ball with 1:28 to go in the first quarter. Mitch Roth inbound the ball for the Alices, baseline right. Mitch slaps it one time, gets it to Dan Cleveland. Pass goes awry into the hands of Reed. Reed gives it up to Duaney. Duaney loses the ball. It's loose. Charles Eddy dives for it. John Hayden also in there on the scramble, along with Ryan Reed. And the officials call it a jump ball. Dual possession gives it back over to the Alices with 1:17 to go in the first quarter. Both ball clubs very scrappy. The Alices down 11-5, 1:17 to go, quarter number 1. As we mentioned, the Cougars ranked number 1 in the state by the AP poll. Hayden to Heddy. Charles Eddy. Derek Cardinal. In SemiState action, though, you can throw away the records. These ball clubs very evenly matched. Mitch Roth with the basketball. Back to Hayden. Now to Heddy. In the wing on the far side, Charles Eddy bounces it to Derek Cardinal. Left side, back to Heddy. In three-point range, doesn't take the three. Cardinal with the ball now, under a minute to go in the first quarter. Roth will take the three, left side, got it! Mitch Roth cans his 31st three-pointer of the year and draws his team to within 3 with 30 seconds to go first quarter. Duaney with the basketball. Now over to Weissung in the contest. Weissung with the basketball. Takes a short jumper, won't go. Rebound Cardinal with 20 seconds to go first quarter. Derek Cardinal gives it to John Hayden, and Coach Miller says one shot with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hayden on the dribble, down to 5 seconds. John Hayden looking for some help. To Cleveland. Cleveland better get rid of it. Hayden for 3. Nope, too hard, and that's the way the first quarter comes to an end. With the score, the Bloomington North Cougars on top of the Vincennes Lincoln Alices by only 3. 11-8 at the end of quarter number 1. Be back with the second quarter action in 60 seconds. Keep it right here on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
Gentlemen, do you know how great it would feel to receive a set of clean golf clubs for Christmas? or a 96-piece Craftsman tool set, or season's tickets to your favorite sporting event, then you know how she'll feel with the gift of a sparkling diamond or precious stone jewelry from Joe Craft Jewelers, locally owned and located at 217 Main in the historic bank building. Joe Craft Jewelers, where elegance is priced within your reach.
We've been satisfying the world's best critics for over 20 years.
So, my car's ready to be picked up, huh?
That's right.
Can't tell where I got hit, huh?
No, sir.
Good as new, huh?
Yes, sir. Good as new.
Well, it was right over here, right? Let's see, it was on the... Good as new, huh?
That's right. Good as new. Bring your Rex to Rex. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Rex's Body Shop in Vincennes.
Second quarter underway with the Cougars' control of the basketball. Weissling with the ball for the Bloomington North Cougars. Three-pointer on the way by Sensabaugh. No good. Rebound. Matt Reed in the contest now for the first time. Ball's back in the hands of Matt Reed. It's stripped away by Charles Eddy. Good defense by big Charles Eddy. 6'8", 200-pound junior. Averages 17 points a game. 7:42 to go in the first half, and looks like Clint Barmas will come back into the contest now for the Alice's. Clint comes in, and Derek Cardinal will go out. Hayden and Roth each had 3-point buckets in that first quarter, and Hetty added a field goal for the Alice's 8 points in quarter number 1. Cougars with the basketball now. Since the ball directing traffic. The Alice's have gone to a 2-1-2 zone defense now. Duaney with the basketball inside. Up and no good. Charles Eddy comes away with the rebound. Great scramble by Charles Eddy. These guys have a lot of physical toughness as well as mental toughness. Barmas all alone, lost the handle, takes it on the drive and dishes it down low to Cleveland. His shot up, no good. It looked like he was pushed from behind. Down the court comes Queth Duaney. Now to Sensabaugh, 4-3. He got it. Jeremy Sensabaugh, his second three-pointer of the afternoon, his 38th of the year. Gives the Cougars a 14-8 lead with 6:50 to go in the first half. Hayden's pass comes to Mitch Roth. Round the horn from Barmas to Hayden. John on the dribble, and he is fouled. So Hayden takes the ball to the bucket and draws a foul. He'll be... No, he won't be going to the line. It was not in the act shooting when he was fouled. That's the third team foul now on the Cougars. The Alice's with 5 team fouls here in the first half. Mitch Roth with 6:41 to go in the second quarter. Gets the ball in deep to Dan Cleveland. Hauls it in to Barmas. Clint, in traffic, gets it to Hayden, and Hayden puts it up. Off balance, no good. Has his own rebound, but he's fouled. He is fouled by Sensabaugh. John Hayden showing some of that physical toughness as well as mental toughness. Following a shot up after an off-balance shot. So now the Cougars have 4 team fouls in the first half, and the Alice's have 5. 6:32 to go in the first half. Roth looking to get it in, having trouble. Comes in deep to John Hayden. Crossing the 10-second mark again. John comes back to Dan Cleveland. Hayden top of the key, left side to Roth. Mitch, three-point threat. Left side to Barmas. He's also a three-point shooter. Can't get it this time, though. Sensabaugh hauls in the rebound for the Cougars. He'll bring it down court to Matt Reed on the far side. Down low. Shot up and good. That was Matt Reed there, number 45. His first bucket of the afternoon. 16-8 again, an 8-point Cougar lead with under 6 minutes to play in the first half. SemiState action, Roberts Stadium in Evansville. Eddy on the dribble, has it stripped away. Sensabaugh has the basketball, dishes it over to Weissong, and it goes out of bounds to the Alice's. Weissong couldn't handle the pass from Sensabaugh. With 5:45 to go in the first half, the Alice's have the ball, but down by 8. Derek Cardinal comes back into the ball game. He replaced Stan Cleveland. Justin Lowe started the contest, but he picked up 3 quick fouls early in the first quarter. So he's on the bench right now. So it's Cardinal and Hayden and Mitch Roth, Clint Barmas, and Charles Eddy. These guys have done it before. They can get the job done again. 5:35 to go in the first half. Hayden on the dribble to Derek Cardinal now. That nice bounce pass to Barmas. His shot is rejected off the glass. Wysong now with the basketball for Bloomington North. Nice bit of dribbling, picks up his dribble. Goes over to David McKinney. Bounce down low, and Jabril Conte took the shot, but it was blocked, and he was fouled in the process. So Conte will go to the free throw stripe with 5:19 to go in this first half. His team on top by 8, 16-8 over the Alice's. Charles Hitty picked up a personal foul that time, his first of the game, but 6-team foul. Conte at the free throw stripe, a 58% free throw shooter, 6'6" junior. It's on the way, got it. Pretty well a straight shot, not much arch on that free throw. So he's 39 out of 67 on the season now is Jabril Conte. Next shot up, in and out and back in. Conte 2 out of 2 from the line. It's a 10-point lead now, the largest of the afternoon for the Cougars. 5:10 to go in the first half. Cardinal with the basketball for the Alice's. Gives to Barmas, around to John Hyde, left side Mitch Roth. Roth to Cardinal, top of the key, long jumper, got it. Pretty shot by Derek Cardinal. Cardinal has his first bucket of the night, and it's an 18-10 Cougar lead. Cardinal averaging 9.1 points in regular season play and 7.5 points a game in postseason play. Turnaround jumper, no good by Reed. Rebound by the Alice's. Hyde now with the basketball. 4.5 to go in the first half. Left side of Derek Cardinal. Cardinal had nice blocking there by Roth. He doesn't want the block. He takes it all the way to the bucket, puts it up, and he's fouled. Nice drive by Cardinal. And that will stop the clock at 4:32. You see Derek Cardinal there on your screen going to the free throw stripe. Big number 54. 35 out of 63 from the free throw line on the regular season, and 2 out of 7 in tournament play from the free throw stripe. That's the 15th foul on Bloomington North. The Alice's with 16 fouls. Derek Cardinal, 6'2", 180-pound junior. Toes the line. Has not been there yet for the Alice's. It's up, and it is in and out, no good. First man to the stripe in this afternoon's game for the Alice's. Cougars have sent 3 men to the free throw line. Here's Cardinals' next shot up, and good. Got it to fall. 18-11 now. Cardinal cuts the Cougar lead to 7. 4:25 to go first half. Wysong with the basketball for the Bloomington North Cougars, ranked number 1 in the state. Queth Duaney now to David McKinney. Into the hands of Jabril Conte, and a foul called on, I believe, number 45. Yes, number 45, Matt Reed. Reed didn't like the call. He argued with the official for several seconds, but called for blocking out. So Lincoln ball with 4:17 to go in the first half, down by 7. 18-11 here in the SemiState semifinal game. John Hyde with the basketball now. Coach Gene Miller up off the bench, giving signals as to what play he wants. Cardinal has it now. To Hetty, almost out of bounds. Back to Cardinal. He hauls it in on a nice jump. Goes high for the pass. Cardinal now to Mitch Roth. Roth traveled before he took the drive to the bucket. So a turnover back to the Cougars with 3:57 to go in the first half. Lincoln down by 7, 18-11. Wysong has the pass in from Matt Reed, guarded by Mitch Roth. Wysong comes to the near side. Roth chasing him. Wysong puts it up and cannot get it. Nice rebound by Clint Barmas. Ahead, pushes it up court to Cardinal. There, Cardinal slows it down, brings it back out. Barmas now with the ball again for the Alice's. Cardinal top of the key, long jumper, pretty shot, 2 in a row by Cardinal. It brings the Alice's back to within 5, 3:20 to go in the first half. Wysong's pass comes near side. Queth Duaney fakes the shot. Back to Wysong on the far side. Guarded nicely by Mitch Roth. Gives it off to Duaney. Now to McKinney. Wysong, Duaney, and pushing off, foul call against the Alice's. Hetty and Jabril Conte having a battle underneath, and I believe Charles Hetty, number 24, John Hyden, got called for the personal foul. That's the 17th foul in the first half now for the Owls with 3:09 to go in the second quarter. Conte will sit down, and Ryan Reed will come back in the contest for the Cougars. At the free throw stripe, Queth Duaney, but they say, the Owls fans say Duaney was not the man who should be shooting, and they are right. Gene Miller very alertly let the official know that the wrong man was at the free throw stripe. The Owls fans now getting on the officials. The man at the stripe should be Reed. Matt Reed, number 45, is there now. He's a 64% free throw shooter. Duaney is 73% free throw shooter. You can see why Cougars tried to sneak him in there. Reed shot no good. Put back no good. And shot up and good by Ryan Reed. And he is fouled. So Reed has his first bucket from the field. He also has one from the free throw stripe. And another foul call on the Owls. That'll go against Clint Barmas. Lincoln down by 7 now, 20-13. And Reed at the free throw stripe, 6'3" senior. 1 out of 2 from there so far, and got this one. 3-point play by Reed. 21-13. Cougars on top with under 3 minutes to go now in the first half. Hayden to Cardinal. Cardinal on the dribble. Left side to Barmas in the wing over there. Back to Derek Cardinal. Charles Eddy with the basketball. Long baseline jumper left side. Won't go down. Since the ball hauls it in for the Cougars. He'll bring it down court himself. Now gives it up to Ryan Reed. Since the ball. Directing traffic out front against Clint Barmas. 2.5 to go in the first half. Lincoln down by 8, 21-13. Duaney with his long shot. Too short, no good. Ball is loose and back into the hands of Duaney. Quest puts it up and won't go down again. Has his own rebound, back up and good. Quest Duaney has 7 points on the afternoon, averaging 14.4 a game, and the Owls want to call timeout, slow things down. At 2:18 to go in the first half, we'll take a 30-second timeout too. The Owls is down by 10. Back in 30 seconds on Wabash Cablevision Channel 23.
Image is everything. One chance for a first impression. Make the right decision. Ewing Printing is state-of-the-art, utilizing a 6-color press that shows all colors and is proof before the job is printed. Our color copier prints variable image sizes, picture perfect. In-house graphic design, a Linotronic color separator. Ewing Printing is the area's licensed printer to print doctor prescription pads. Ewing, because image is everything.
Okay, with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the first half, the Owls are down by 10 at the hands of the number 1 ranked team in the state of Indiana, the Bloomington North Cougars. Coming into tonight's game with a 15-game win streak. The Owls, of course, have their own 7-game win streak going for them. Last weekend, the Owls defeated Heritage Hills in the afternoon regional semifinal contest by the score of 60-54. You see the official talking to John Hayden and David McKinney there on your screen, trying to settle things down a little bit. Mentioned coming into the ball game, both these ball clubs, very physical ball clubs, and they've shown it so far here this afternoon. Hayden on the dribble against McKinney. Now gives it to Charles Eddy. Eddy bounces it one time over to Clint Barmas. Into Mitch Roth. Left side wing. Roth bounces over to Clint Barmas. He takes it to the bucket. Kicks it back out to Roth, to Hayden. Hayden fakes the 3. Roth has it. He'll take the 3. Mitch's shot too long, no good. McKinney with the rebound. Baseball pass down court, taken away by Mitch Roth. Nice defense by the Owlses. Barmas to Hetty. Hetty left side up and good. Nice bucket by Charles Hetty, his 4th point of the afternoon. The Owls is closed to within 8 with 1.5 to go in the first half. 23-15, Cougars on top. McKinney on the drive against Roth. To the far side now. Roth is still with him, man-to-man defense. Duaney up and too short. Ball's hauled in by John Hayden. Nice rebound by big John Hayden, 6'1", 180-pound junior. Picks up his dribble, looking for some help. He bounces it off the leg. Nice maneuver by Hayden to Roth now. That side to Cardinal. He takes the shot, drives hard to the bucket. His shot's rejected. Ball's loose, picked up by McKinney. On the drive, McKinney dishes it over to, shot up no good by Sensabaugh. Top of the key shot is good. by Ryan Reed. Reed has 6 points, and again, it's a 10-point Cougar lead with 45 seconds to go first half. John Hayden comes down the court, crosses the 10-second mark into Lincoln Land. Derek Cardinal now with the basketball for the Alices. The Alices may be working for one shot here in the first half of the SemiState contest. The Alices down by 10, 25-15. Cardinal with the basketball in the wing on the far side. Roth for three, fires long, no good. Rebound. Hauled in by Matt Reed. Down the court quickly to Duaney, up and good. Duaney has his 9th point of the afternoon. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Lincoln may get a shot off. Down by 12. Cardinal has it. Baseline. Right. 4 seconds. Hayden with the basketball. Long shot by Hayden. No good. And that's the way the first half comes to an end. The Vincennes Lincoln Alices down at the hands of the #1 ranked team in the state of Indiana. Score here at halftime. The Cougars 27 and the Alices 15. The Cougars picked up 16 points in that second quarter, and the Alices picked up 7 points in quarter number 2. So at the end of the first half, it's the Vincennes Lincoln Alices down at the hands of the Cougars 27-15. Before we take a halftime break, we want to thank our fine sponsors for making all these games possible. We want to thank Advanced Heating and Cooling, Craymac Printing, the folks at Ambank, Chuck Winkler and Candy Winkler, and everyone at Charlie's Smorgasbord, Doomies Incorporated, Best Buy Furniture, the folks at Vincennes University. Invest in your future at Vincennes University. Trent Auto Sales by Cargill, H&R Floor Covering People, Paul Yoakum at Westport Auto Sales, and all the fine folks over there. By Keith Foff at Floor Decor and his crew. Best Western, Duesterberg Drugs, and Citizens Bank. Once again, we're at halftime of SemiState action at Roberts Stadium. 27-15, the Cougars on top of the Alices. Keep it right here for more exciting second half action on Wabash Cablevision Channel 23. Down by 12 at the hands of a very powerful Bloomington North Cougar Ball Club, ranked #1 in the state of Indiana this week. But the Alices were down by as many as 11 last week in the Saturday night championship game of the Evansville Regional, but came storming back to win. And the Alices are a team that do not give up ever. And Coach Gene Miller is one of the finest coaches in the business as far as turning his team around at halftime. He sees what's going on in the first half, and he knows what to do to turn it around at halftime. Scoring for the ball clubs in the first half. Let's take a look, first of all, at the scoring for the Bloomington North Cougars, who lead 27-15 here at halftime. Queth Duaney, the 6'5 junior, averaging 14.4 points a game, ended up the first half with 9 points. He was followed by 2 men with 6 points. Ryan Reed had 6. And Jeremy Sensabaugh had 6 points in the first half. Jabril Conte had 4 points, and Matt Reed had 2 points for the Cougars. The way the scoring went for the Alices, high point man in the first half for the Alices, Derek Cardinal. He had 4 points. Both of those came on 2 field goals in the second quarter. Charles Eddy, Cardinal had 5 points. Both of those field goals came on in the second quarter, and 1 point from the free throw stripe in quarter number 2. Charles Eddy had 4 points in the first half, a bucket in both the first and second quarters. John Hayden had a 3-pointer back in the first quarter, along with teammate Mitch Roth had a 3-pointer in the first quarter. So for the Alices in the first half, it was Derek Cardinal with 5. Let's just take a look deep inside the Alice's bench there. Cardinal had 5, Hetty with 4, John Hyden and Mitch Roth each had 3 points. A very low halftime score, 27-15. The Alice is down by 12. Second half just about to get underway as both ball clubs come back out onto the court. And Charles Hetty will take it inbounds for the Alice's. Lower left-hand side of your screen. Hetty ready to take the ball from the official. He has it. Gives it in to John Hyde. Second half is underway. SemiState action here at Roberts Stadium in Evansville. Pass to Hetty. Nice pass. Hetty up and good. Basket's good. It will count and it's fouled. Great way for the Owls to start the second half. See Charles Hetty on your screen there. Big Charles, 6 foot 8 inches, 200-pounder. He's only a junior. And Quest Duaney picked up that personal foul for the Bulldogs, rather the Cougars. The Bulldogs were last Saturday night's opponent. Hetty, a 52% free throw shooter, trying to make a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Lets it fly. Too hard. No good. Justin Lowe back in there for the Owls as he had 3 quick fouls in the first quarter, so he had to sit down. Starting in the second quarter or second half for the Owls, Clint Barmas, Derek Cardinal, Justin Lowe, Charles Hetty, and John Hyden. David McKinney with the basketball for the Cougars. Gives it to Sensabaugh. McKinney fakes the 3-point shot. Top of the key. Left side to Duaney. Quest Duaney up and good. Basket will count by Duaney, and he's fouled on the shot. Basket does count. And that will go against Charles Hetty, his second foul of the contest. 7:29 to go, quarter number 3, 29-17. Bloomington North on top of the Alice's. As Duaney at the free throw stripe, a 73% free throw shooter. In and out, no good. Hetty hauls it in for the Alice's. Gives it up to John Hyde near across the 10-second mark into Lincoln Land. To Charles Hetty in the far side. Barmas top of the key. Cardinal with the basketball on the wing on the far side. And reaching in, foul called against Quest Duaney. But Duaney called for 2 quick personal fouls in succession. And Charles Hetty did a nice job blocking out, making Duaney reach around him, try to steal the ball away from him. As Barmas will inbound the ball now, baseline right, under his own bucket. Clint Barmas looking to get it in. He does to Justin Lowe. Lowe looking for some help, puts it on the floor one time. To Hyde, to Cardinal. Derek between the circles, now goes to his right. John Hyde with the basketball now. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Barmas dishes nicely out to Hetty. Charles to Lowe. Turnaround jumper by Justin. Nice one by Justin Lowe. His first bucket of the game. Cuts the Cougar lead to 10. Duaney with a long 3-pointer. Too short. No good. Ball's loose. Hetty scrambles for it and comes up with it. Nice play by Charles Hetty. Great bit of dribbling for a big man. 6 foot 8 all the way to the bucket. He slides and he's called for traveling. Slipped on something down on the baseline and fell down and slid. Now the floor's wiped up. A couple seconds too late. 6:35 to go in the third quarter. 29-19. Cougars of Bloomington North with a 10-point lead. 6.5 to go in quarter number 3. Quest Duaney with the basketball. Comes to David McKinney. The near side now back to Duaney. Duaney on the dribble, guarded by Derek Cardinal in the paint. Jumps, pumps, and got the roll. Quest Duaney now with 13 points, averaging 14.4 a game. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. John Hyden with the basketball for the Vincennes Lincoln Alice's. Charles Hetty, Derek Cardinal, top of the key jumper. Oh, too short, no good. Ball's loose, scrambles on, and Justin Lowe. No, travel. Travel call on David McKinney. I thought Justin Lowe would pick up his 4th foul, but thank goodness he didn't. Lowe was there on nice defense, and it forced the travel to be called on McKinney. Ball comes into Charles Hetty in the corner on the far side. Barmas, nice jumper up. No good. Yeah, it is good. Nice shot by Barmas. His first bucket of the afternoon. Again, it's a 10-point Cougar lead with 5:35 to go, quarter number 3. Quest Duaney on the drive against Derek Cardinal. Comes to David McKinney. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Duaney has the basketball again for the Cougars. Jumps again, puts it up, and no good. Rebound, John Hyden, almost taken away by Duaney. but Hayden holds on to it. To Roth, now back, or rather to Lowe, back to Hayden now. John Derek Cardinal, top of the key, fakes a three-point shot at the free throw line. Barmas has it, drives hard to the bucket. Nice finger roll by Barmas, 2 in a row by Clint Barmas. He's coming to life. He's one of the 2 seniors on this ball club. And now Bloomington North wants a timeout as the Owls have pulled back to within 8 points after being down by 12 at halftime. Nice comeback by the Owls. Clock shows 4:59 to go, third quarter, 31-23. Be back in 30 seconds on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
Looking good isn't good enough when you're furnishing your home.
When shopping for home furnishings to make your home the one of your dreams, shop Cannon's Furniture at 14th and Lexington in Lawrenceville, where furniture is displayed in room settings. You will love the service, quality, and variety at Cannon's.
Only the best for you from Cannon. Cannon's Furniture. Only the best for you from Cannon's. Cannon's Furniture.
The Owls is on your screen, only down by 8 now in the third quarter with 4:59 to go in quarter number 3. See there, John Hayden, Clint Barmas, Derek Cardinal, John Hayden, or Charles Eddy, and Derek Cardinal with Justin Lowe. All right, it'll be the Cougars ball out of bounds. With Ryan Reed inbound it for Bloomington North. It comes in to Duaney, Quest Duaney down low to Conte. Back out, top of the key. Duaney to Conte. Conte baseline, almost steps out of bounds. Double teamed nicely by the Owls. Gets it away to Reed. Good defense by the Lincoln Owls. It's tipped away, ball's loose, and it's knocked out of bounds by Ryan Reed of the Cougars. Go back to the Vincennes Lincoln Owls with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Charles Eddy bounces it in to John Hayden. Owls fans love that call. Great call by the official. John Hayden on the dribble. The far side now picks up his dribble. Cardinal, Derek at the free throw line. Nice fake, puts it up and good. Pretty shot by Derek Cardinal. Derek has 7 points, and now it's only a 6-point Cougar lead. The Owls come storming back here in the second half. Miller has done it again. Down low, turnaround jumper up and no good by Conte. Jabril Conte misses the shot. John Hayden has the basketball for the Owls. To Derek Cardinal on the far side. Clint Barmas up and no good, but a foul called. I think a foul will be called on the Cougars. It is called on the Cougars. Jeremy Sensabaugh. That's the third team foul of the half on the Cougars. You see official Mike Bohan there on your screen. Going to be Lincoln ball out of bounds with 3:58 to go in the third quarter. SemiState semifinal action from Roberts Stadium. 31-25. Lincoln went down by 6 now. They've cut the deficit in half since halftime. They were down by 12 at halftime. Barmas has the basketball for the Owls. Looking to get it in to Hetty, and now he does. Hetty goes high for the pass. Charles looking for help. Cougars in a man-to-man defense again. And Lowe is called for his 4th personal foul. Justin Lowe and Matt Reed going at it, and I think Lowe was a victim of that old saying of the last push gets caught. He and Reed were going at it, and the foul called on Justin Lowe. It's his 4th of the game. He had 3 quick fouls back in the first quarter. Did not play in the second quarter at all. Lincoln still down only by 6, 31-25. Cougars have the basketball. Round the horn it goes to Quest Duaney on the far side. Guarded nicely by Derek Cardinal. Ball comes near side to Ryan Reed now in the wing, guarded by Charles Eddy. Reed's pass. Given to Weissung, back in the ball game for the Cougars. Saw action in the second quarter. Weissung almost moved before the pass came to him, but got back in time to haul it in. McKinney's pass to Weissung. He's guarded by Clint Barmas. McKinney, top of the key. Does not take the three-pointer. And the Owls' defense doing well, but the Cougars eating a lot of time off the clock. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shot up and good by Quest Duaney. Duaney now with 15 points and gives his Cougars again an 8-point lead with 2:50 to go, third quarter. John Hayden on the dribble. Works the dribble on the far side. Now gives it to Clint Barmas. Into Hetty. Hetty to the bucket hard up and no good. Hetty fights for the rebound. Ball's loose and Barmas has it, and Barmas is fouled. Barmas is fouled. I think it'll be 3 fouls on Queth Duaney. Yes, Duaney picks up his 3rd foul here in the 3rd quarter. Stops the clock at 2:37 to go, quarter number 3. Lincoln ball out of bounds. 4 team fouls on the Cougars here in the 2nd half. Only 2 on the Alices. 3 fouls on Queth Duaney. Barmas with the basketball for Lincoln. To Hetty. In the paint. To the bucket. Hard up. And good. Great move by Charles Hetty. He has 8 points. Again, it's only a 6-point lead with 2:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. 6-point lead by the Cougars. Wysang with the basketball. Around the horn from Reed to Duaney. Back to Wysang. Into the hands of Matt Reed. Both Reed twins are in there now. Ryan and Matt. With Ryan with the basketball. Now over to Wysong. Under 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. McKinney's pass down low. Shot up. No good. Ball's loose into the hands of Wysong. McKinney will take the 3 this time and cannot get it to fall. Duaney with the rebound. Nice rejection by Charles Hetty. Cougars with the basketball. On the rebound, Ryan Reed put it back. A great rejection by Charles Hetty. Good defense by the Alices overall. Again, another 8-point lead by the Cougars with 1.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball goes out of bounds off the fingertips of Mario Wysong. It'll be Lincoln ball out of bounds, down by 8, 35-27. As Jabril Conte comes back into the contest, he replaced Queth Duaney. Duaney has 3 fouls. And Conte comes back in. John Hyden, baseline right. Gets it in to Barmas. He'll fire for 3. Got it. Pretty shot by Barmas. Clint Barmas coming alive here in quarter number 3. Has 7 points in the 3rd period. It's only a 5-point Cougar lead now with 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Reed on the far side is Ryan. Taken away by Barmas. Clint Barmas, the senior, showing leadership up and good. Great effort by Clint Barmas. He has 9 points all in quarter number 3. Pulls the Alices back to within 3 with 1:04 to go, quarter number 3. David McKinney with the basketball to Wysong from Matt Reed. Wysong holds the ball out in front of the arch. He'll take the 3 shot from the arch. He got it now. So Wysong comes back with a 3-pointer of his own, his 18th of the year, to give the Cougars again a 6-point lead with 40 seconds to go, quarter number 3, 38-32. Lincoln down by 6. Cardinal with the basketball, almost has it taken away, has it back in his hands. To Clint Barmas. Charles Hetty, top of the key. John Hyden on the far side. Now to Derek Cardinal. Cardinal fakes the shot, drives baseline, but he's fouled as it goes in for the shot. Nice move by Cardinal. Derek Cardinal draws a personal foul with 23 seconds to go in the 3rd period. That's the 5th team foul on the Cougars in the 2nd half. The Alices only have 2. Barmas has the basketball. He's playing a whale of a ball game here in quarter number 3. Derek Cardinal at the paint, puts it up, and too short, no good. Wysang with the rebound for the Cougars. Comes down court with 10 seconds to go, quarter number 3. His team on top by 6. Wysang directing traffic with 5 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Wysang, top of the key, 3, 2, 1, and they do not get the shot off. Cannot get the shot off. That's the way the 3rd quarter ends with the score, the Bloomington North Cougars 38, Vincennes Lincoln Alices 32. Be back with the exciting finish of this afternoon's SemiState contest in 60 seconds on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
Huge selection. Memmering Motorplex. Largest selection in southern Indiana. Your automotive supermarket. Quality selection and service. Just ask our customers.
I got the best deal at Memory.
We get the service that we need, and we're very satisfied.
When you come in the front door, everybody says hi to you.
It's always fair.
They got a big selection, and the people around here make you feel so good.
Memmering Motorplex, 1949 Hart Street, Vincennes, your automotive supermarket.
Wabash Cablevision presents the Cable Advantage Channel Home Show. Tune in every weekend to Channel 23 and view area homes for sale presented by local real estate companies. You'll also find helpful information on mortgage lending and financial services, as well as ideas for home improvement. The Home Show airs every Saturday morning at 9 and twice on Sunday at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. Don't miss The Home Show, presented by Wabash Cablevision on Channel 23.
Final quarter of the SemiState action underway here at Roberts Stadium in Evansville. The Cougars have the ball and a 6-point lead over the Vincennes Lincoln Alice's. Cross-court pass goes to Wysang. He'll dribble behind his back. Cardinal almost takes it away. Barmas does take it away for the Alice's. Glenn Barmas playing a great ball game here in the second half. But Derek Cardinal. John Hayden, top of the key. Dishes down low to Charles Hetty. Back to Hayden. Hayden a fire from 3. No. Rebound by Cardinal. And he's fouled. Great effort by Cardinal. He's down. He's injured, but he was fouled on the play. He rolled over in pain, but he's going to get up and take some free throw shots. Great effort by Derek Cardinal. See him there on the screen, number 54. Cardinal, 6'2", 180-pound junior. And he'll be at the free throw stripe. He's 1 out of 2 from there on the afternoon. And the Alice is down by 6 with 7:29 to go in the SemiState contest. Alice's back-to-back SemiState appearances for the 5th time in their career. Derek Cardinal, 6'2", 180-pound junior. That's the 16th foul of the afternoon, or the second half for the Cougars. Cardinal will be shooting 2. Up and nope, can't get it to go. A little too soft that time. 1 out of 3 from the stripe this afternoon. A 29% free throw shooter in tourney play, postseason play. 56% from the stripe during the year. Up and no good again. Rebound hauled in by Matt Reed. And he'll give it over to Jeremy Sensabaugh. 7:20 to go in the contest. Sensabaugh works the dribble out front. Top of the key it goes to Ryan Reed. Back to Sensabaugh. Cougars probably going to work a lot of time off the clock, work for a good shot. Ball goes down low to Jabril Conte. Matt Reed with the basketball. Hard to the bucket, left side. In and out, no good. Ball's loose, and Hetty pulls it back in. Great hands by Charles Hetty. He's done that all afternoon. Big Charles has the basketball from John Hayden now. Under 7 minutes to go in the contest. Barmas for 3, top of the key, got it. Clint Barmas, a fantastic game second half. He has 12 points. It's only a 3-point Cougar lead now with 6:40 to go in the contest. Clint Barmas. McKinney for 3. No, too short. Cardinal has the rebound for the Alices. Into the hands of Charles Hetty. Ahead to Barmas. Barmas to the bucket. Behind the back pass. Barmas is fouled. Barmas is fouled by McKinney. That's 7th team foul on the Cougars in the second half. The Alices will go to the free throw stripe from now on, shooting 1 and 1. A 3-point Cougar lead with 6:31 to go in the game. Clint Barmas, one of only 2 seniors on the Alices roster this year. 3 seniors on the roster this year. With 6:31 to go in the game, Barmas up, no good. Rebound hauled in by Matt Reed. Reed brings it down court. Now Derek Cardinal, of course, also a senior. Derek playing a very good ball game. And timeout call with 6:20 to go in the game. Lincoln down only by 3, 38-35. Keep it right here. Be back in 30 seconds on Wabash Cablevision Channel 23.
There's 2 new faces in Washington, both champions of the liberal cause, lifelong Democrats, now about to face their toughest challenge. Geraldine Ferraro and Bill Press go head-to-head with conservatives Robert Novak and John Sununu, and when they meet,
Excuse me, guys.
sparks will fly. Crossfire on CNN.
6:20 to go in this SemiState semifinal contest. The Alice is down by 3, 38-35. They come back out onto the court. See seniors Clint Barmas and Derek Cardinal, along with Charles Hetty, Justin Lowe, and John Hayden. Barmas and Cardinal, the 2 seniors on the court right now, really have played a whale of a ball game this second half, especially Clint Barmas. They know if they take the leadership, others will follow. Ryan Reed looking to get it in. He does to Sensabaugh. Guarded nicely by John Hyden. Sensabaugh has it. On the dribble. Gives to David McKinney. Alice is in a tight man-to-man defense. Ball goes to Conte. Round to McKinney. Back to Duaney. Into Conte. Dishes it out to Sensabaugh. Fakes the three-pointer. Drives baseline. Into Reed. Up and good. Ryan Reed has his 10th point of the afternoon. That's a 5-point lead for the Cougars with 5:50 to go in the ball game. Alice's fans standing across the way cheering the team on. Derek Cardinal with the basketball. To the bucket. Jumps, pumps, and scores! Senior Derek Cardinal has his 9th point of the game. Again, the Alice's pull back to within 3. Barmas almost takes it away. Good defense by Clint Barmas. Into Conte. It's loose, and Hetty has it for the Alice's. It's tied up. Nope, a foul called. Oh, wait, timeout. The Jabril Conte had it and wisely called a timeout with 5:25 to go in the contest. 40-37, the Bloomington North Cougars on top. Be back in 30 seconds on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
Braveheart. Winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Mel Gibson as Best Director and Best Picture. The epic saga of one man's quest for freedom is now an HBO exclusive.
What will you do without freedom?
Mel Gibson.
Tell them Scotland is free.
Braveheart.
Five minutes, 25 seconds to go in the SemiState semifinal action. Robert Stadium, the Alice is down only by 3, 40-37. They fought back hard from a 12-point deficit at halftime, down by as many as 14 at one time. Lincoln never say die. Gene Miller turned things around at halftime, as he is known well for doing. Charles Hetty waiting to get the ball from the officials. Seen there on the screen. He's going to pass it into John Hyden. Hyden now has the ball from Hetty. Clock starts to roll. Final minutes of the SemiState contest. John Hyden, far side of the court in the wing. Charles Hetty with the basketball. Clint Barmas into Justin Lowe. Fakes the shot. Nice move up and no good. Lowe a little bit too hard. Rebound scooped in by Conte. Gives it up to David McKinney. To Jeremy Sensabaugh. Down low to Brian Reed. Reed on the floor a couple of times. Back out to McKinney. Top of the key. Fakes the 3. Into Conte. Up and good. Conte puts it in, and Justin Lowe picks up his 5th personal foul. Justin Lowe will foul out of the game. He picked up 2 points in the contest this afternoon. And those 3 quick fouls in the first quarter really put a damper on Lowell's performance this afternoon. Justin Lowe leads the contest, 6'5", 205-pound junior. It's a nice round of applause from the crowd across the way. Use that big body well underneath. And now Coach Miller going to send in Mitch Roth. Mitch Roth, see him there on your screen. There he is. Coach Miller talked to him. Roth, a definite three-point threat. He had 4 3-pointers in each of the 2 games last Saturday. And he also has 1 here today. He's 13 3-point baskets in postseason play. Good 3-point man to have in there right now. Jabril Conte at the free throw stripe. He's 2 out of 2 from the line, 58% free throw shooter on the year. If he's true to form, he will miss a couple of these. His first one's up and missed it. Ooh, rebound, nice blocking out job by the Alice's, but nobody picked up the ball. Barmas has it now for the Alice's. To John Hyden. 42-37, a 5-point Cougar lead. Barmas now with him on the far side. Into Hetty. Nice move by Hetty. Baseline, put it up. It's rejected. But Charles Hetty runs his rebound down. Good effort by Hetty. Cardinal down low. Nice fake to the bucket. Nice fake again. Up and no good. Hetty with a tip in and good. Big Charles Hetty has his 10th point. It's a 3-point lead now with 4:20 for the Cougars. Into Conte. Jabril turns around. Double team. Fires it out long to Sensabaugh. 3-pointer by Sensabaugh. His 3rd of the afternoon. His 39th on the year. 45-39 now. A 6-point Cougar lead. 4:04 to go in the game. SemiState semifinal game. Hyden's pass to Hetty in the paint. Nice move underneath. Good. Shot will count, and he's fouled. Hetty has his 12th point of the afternoon. He'll go to the free throw stripe with 3:55 to go in the game, and his team down by 4. The Owls is down by only 4, 45-41. Conte picks up personal foul. That's only his second. 8th team foul for the Bloomington North Cougars. Big Charles Hetty, free throw stripe, 6'2", 180-pounder. Has 9 points so far at 5 in the first half, 4 already here in the second half. No, check it, 12 points total. Hetty has 12 points and got the roll. Charles Hetty made it a 3-point play. The 45-42, again a 3-point Cougar lead. Duaney down low to Conte, back out to Sensabaugh again for a 3. No, not this time. Cardinal has the rebound for the Alice's. John Hyden has it in Lincoln land now. 3.5 to go in the game. Lincoln down by 3. We have Barmas and Hyden and Roth, all great 3-point shooters in there for the Alice's. Barmas faked the 3, takes it in the paint, puts it up. It went down, but a foul called on Sensabaugh. Shot will not count, but that's the 9th team foul on the Bloomington North Cougars. Lincoln over talking to head coach Gene Miller, and Miller giving some instructions on the sideline over there. 3:22 to go in the game as Mario Weissung comes back in to the basketball game for the Cougars, and Clint Barmas will be at the free throw stripe. Barmas having a fantastic second half. He's a 78% free throw shooter on the year, 64% from the line in postseason play. He has 6 points all in the second half. Barmas got it. Front end of a 1-and-1. 13 points in the second half for senior Clint Barmas, averaging 10.2 a game during regular season, 8.5 a game in postseason play. He now has 13 points, or 14 points, as he brings the Allisons to within 1, 45-44. Closest the Allisons have been all day. 1 point down with 3:10 to go in the contest. With the basketball, David McKinney. Back over to Jeremy Sensabaugh. Now to Weinsong. Sensabaugh with the basketball. Into Duaney. Up and good. Quest Duaney has his 16th, 17th point of the afternoon. And again, it's a 3-point lead under 3 minutes to go in the contest. A 3-point lead for the Cougars. Roth's pass goes to John Hyden. Now to Clint Barmas into Charles Eddy in the paint to the bucket. Shot is rejected into the hands of David McKinney. To Weissong. McKinney top of the key for a 3. In and out. No good. Ball's loose into the hands of Charles Eddy. Eddy with the basketball. Ahead to Hyden. Now to Cardinal. Derrick on the drive. Back to Eddy. To Roth on the far side. 2:20 to go in the game. Hyden top of the key. Derrick Cardinal in the paint to the bucket. Off the glass and no good, but a foul called on the Cougars, number 25, Ryan Reed. And that's the 10th team foul now. See Derrick Cardinal on the screen, saw him a minute ago holding his, putting his hands on his knees. I know these boys have to be very, very tired. But that's the 10th team foul now on the Cougars. Double bonus. Allison at the free throw stripe, shooting a double bonus. Cardinal, 6'2", 180-pound senior. 1 out of 4 from the line so far, shooting 29% from the free throw stripe in postseason play. Important free throws here for Cardinal. Up and too hard, no good. But he'll get another one. As I mentioned, the Alice is in the double bonus. Derrick Cardinal has 8 points on the afternoon. During the middle of the season, the Alice has had a little trouble converting free throws in the stretch of ball games. Also had trouble controlling the ball, maintaining possession of the ball, protecting the ball in the late innings of the ball game, but they've overcome that now. Cardinal shot up, good. Derrick Cardinal has 2 from the line. 47-45, a 2-point Cougar lead, 2:10 to go in the contest. Sends the ball on the dribble. Gives it over to David McKinney. McKinney in the paint. Over to Duaney. Nice defense by Hetty, but Duaney gets it over him for his 19th point of the day. 4-point lead now with under 2 minutes to go in the contest by the Cougars. John Hyden has the ball for the Alices. Out deep, gives to Mitch Roth. Roth over to Clint Barmas. Barmas in the Cardinal. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Ryan Reed. The Alices will maintain possession under their own basket with 1:46 to go in the game. Down by 4, 49-45. These Alices have played their hearts out here in the second half. John Hayden inbound the ball for the Owls in the far corner. Looking to get it in to Roth. He does. Back to Hayden. Into Hetty. Hetty to the bucket hard. Reverse up. No good, but he's fouled. He is fouled by Queth Duaney. That's 4 fouls on Duaney. But only 1:41 to go in the basketball game. 49-45. Both clubs know they've been in the contest this afternoon. A hard-fought physical game. John Hayden on the near side of the free throw lane. Derek Cardinal on the far side, along with Clint Barmas. Charles Hetty at the free throw stripe. Hetty is 1 out of 1 from the line. A 52% free throw shooter. Big free throws here. He'll have 2. Up and no, cannot get the bounce. 49-45. Alice is down by 4. Hetty at the free throw stripe. 6'8", 200-pound junior. 13 points on the game, looking to make it 14. Eyes the bucket, lets it fly. No, too hard. Ball's back into the hands of Charles Hetty. Roth for 3. Mitch has it. Mitch Roth cans his second three-pointer of the afternoon and pulls the Owls to back to within 1. 49-48. A minute and a half to go in the ball game. Pressure applied against McKinney. Gets it across the timeline now to Sensabaugh on the far side. Jeremy Sensabaugh all the way to the bucket. It's no good. Rebound Derek Cardinal with 1:20 to go in the game. Into the hands of John Hayden. Alice is down by 1. Barmas has the basketball now for the Alices. To John Hayden. Derek Cardinal fakes the shot. Now he'll take it, put it up, and it goes in. The Alices lead. Cardinals 10th point, 12th point of the game. The Alices lead by 1 with under 1 minute to go in the game. Alices on top, 50-49. Wysong with the ball now for the Cougars. Gives it over to David McKinney. McKinney with the basketball. To Sensabaugh. 50 seconds to go in the game now. Lincoln on top by 1. Wysong shot pass is blocked by Barmas. Back into his hands though. Wysong has it. He'll take the three-pointer. Far side, no good. Ball's high in the air. Rebound Duaney back up, no good, but a foul called on John Hayden. Probably a good foul. 35 seconds to go in the game. Lincoln on top by 1, 50-49. The Allison fans across the way, nobody sitting down. And it'll be Duaney to the free throw stripe, a 73% free throw shooter. See the Allison fans now across the way. Now they're going to sit down for a while. No, I guess most of them won't. Duaney at the free throw stripe, he'll be shooting 2. He's 1 for 1 from the line. The Allison's the 1-point lead, 50-49. Duaney's first one's up, no good. Now all Duaney can do is tie the ball game if he gets this free throw through. 35 seconds to go in the contest. Lincoln has to get the board here if Duaney misses. 6'5" junior. Quith Duaney, 1 for 4 from the line. It's on the way. It's good. It's tied at 50 with 35 seconds to go on the game. Mitch Roth has the basketball for the Owls. We're down to 30 seconds. Roth in the backcourt having trouble getting in the cross. Now he does to Clint Barmas. Barmas is over on the far side with 20 seconds to go on the game. We're tied 50 apiece. The Owls can hold the ball, work for one final shot. That's what Gene Miller wants them to do. Mitch Roth has the basketball for the Owls. Clock down to 10 seconds. Cardinal with the basketball almost loses the control. It's loose and out of bounds. Off of Cardinal, out of bounds to the Cougars with 9 seconds to go in the contest. And the Cougars going to call a timeout. Cougars call a timeout with 9 seconds to go. And we're tied 50 apiece. You see the Owls is on the bench over there. While we have a minute here, want to give you the names of the Vincennes Lincoln Owls cheerleaders as they come out onto the court. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. The cheerleaders for this year have done a fantastic job. They include the varsity organization of Amanda Kosh, Ty Blythe, Christy Mattingly, Sarah Hawkins, Chrissy Klee, and Heather Miller. JV cheer squad, Tiffany Westfall, Kit Grayson, Aaron Mullen, Lauren Cummings, Megan Beasy, and Heather Stock. The freshman group of cheerleaders include Laura Blackburn, Medea Curry, Crystal Kamba, Kelly Hamilton, Erica Baldridge, and Jamie Quayle. The cheerleader coaches done a fantastic job this year. Debbie Miller and Jane Sievers. Go Fight win. The Allison's fans cheering across the way. We're tied 50-50 with 9 seconds to go on the game. And Bloomington North Cougars have the basketball right in front of the Allison's bench. It's Hetty and Hayden, Barmas, Roth, and Cardinal on the floor for the Allisons defensively. See what kind of a play the Bloomington North Cougars head coach Tom McKinney has put together. Lincoln defense on every man. Man-to-man. They're not going to guard the man inbounding the ball. Cardinals back deep to protect an easy bucket. With the ball, Ryan Reed. Reed looking to get it in. He does. Almost taken away. It's to Duaney. Keith Duaney against Cardinal. Duaney to the bucket. Puts it up. No good. Ball's loose. And 3 seconds, 1 second, and it is in. It counts. The basket is good. I believe the basket was made by Sensabaugh. And on a last-second tip-in, the Bloomington North Cougars have defeated the Vincennes Lincoln Alice's only by 2 points. We were tied at 50-50 with 9 seconds to go in the game. And the Cougars took it down court. Shot was missed by Queth Duaney, and the ball was tipped around and finally tipped back in. I believe that was Jeremy Sensabaugh. What a ball game it was. The Bloomington North Cougars go on to the semifinal championship game tonight with a record of 25-1, but the Vincennes Lincoln Alices, they battled the Cougars all the way. The Alices will end the regular season by a 18-7 mark. And we saw the Alices go into the tunnel. Very dejected bunch of players. They played one heck of a ball game here this afternoon. So the Alices finished the season, a fantastic season, at 18-7, almost very, very closely within 1 second of going into overtime with the #1 team in the state. The Vincennes Lincoln Alices, #1 in our hearts. They had a fantastic year, and we'll be back to recap this game and hopefully have an interview with assistant coach Don Allstott in just a little bit. So keep it right here on Wabash Cablevision, Channel 23.
All right, have you heard about Sega Channel?
A cable channel the whole family plays.
It dumps up to 50 super rad games on you each month.
All you need is cable TV.
Sega Genesis.
The Sega Channel adapter.
Sega Channel has mega new games. And if you know who calls you...
Call your cable company now to get it all.
Sega Channel. Unlimited on-demand play. Up to 50 different games each month.
For less
like
than
30 cents a game.
game.
They love saving money. And if you can't get your mom to call, there's always Dad.
Hey, I heard that.
Well, we're back down courtside now with assistant head coach Don Allstott. Don, a very tough ball game, a very tough way to lose, but we played a great ball game, I thought.
We came back out the second half. You know, Dan, we played with a lot of heart there. We could have folded down 27-15 there at the end of the first half. Offensively, we didn't do a heck of a whole lot there in the first half. We didn't shoot the ball real well, but, that's like Coach told him afterwards. He said he knew you guys would show a lot of heart there in the second half, and we did. We came out there and played hard, battled back in. It just happened to go a couple possessions there at the end, went their way, and they, got an offensive board on us, and, that's it.
Yeah, I know we've been having, through about the middle of the season, we were having some trouble with our free throws down the end of the game and things like that. And near the end of the season, it seemed like we kind of came back and corrected that a little bit, but that kind of came up and bit us this afternoon.
Oh, you're definitely right. I mean, we thought we had that problem solved, but today it came back to haunt us a little bit. We did miss quite a few of them there. All said and done, just the fact that's, try to leave it positive. I mean, what a heck of a season. We lost 3 there in a row. People were saying Lincoln's going to be in trouble for the sectional and stuff, and here we are. SemiState played the #1 team, gave them a run for their money. One possession there at the end, we could be in the final 8, but, it's just not meant to be, I guess.
Exactly right, Don. As well as you guys have played all year long, to get to SemiState is an accomplishment in itself. Nothing at all to be ashamed of. And these seniors, Clint Barmas and Derek Cardinal and Dan Cleveland, especially Barmas in the second half, he came back very, very strong.
Clint was having a lot of fun out there, too, Dan. You could see him pumped up. He had the fist going there, and, at least he can remember that. Just positive there. He shot the ball pretty well there in the second half, got us going a little bit. And those guys, all 3 of those guys, gave us a lot of heart. We couldn't ask for any more from them today. They gave out there. They left the game on the line, and just wasn't meant to be.
You're right. I know we're going to miss those 3 guys next year, but we've got a great nucleus of juniors coming back next year.
We got a good group coming back. It'll be interesting to see how things are going to be done here. Who knows how the lineups are going, where teams are going, how they run the regionals, the semi-states, and how they're going to do that remains to be seen.